What's up?
What up? How you doing?
Hope y'all having a good day.
Oh yes, sir.
We not gonna prolong it. You know what it is. This is Parking Lot Parables.
Episode 27.
Yeah, we just want to say thank you to everyone who's listening in. It's a very interesting time right now. You know, I'm unprecedented for our generation.
Yeah.
You know, the older generation has seen this before. You know, and now I guess it's our turn.
Yeah.
And we as a people, we really gotta get together and come up with something else, because this mess here ain't getting it.
Yeah. And what we're talking about relates to that a lot. We're talking about anger. We know this past week and a half, it's been craziness on all fronts. Between Corona, and then you got all these police brutalities, rioting, unpeaceful protests as well. And like I'm seeing the worst of all of it. And so those type of things, like when you see a constant reminder that someone hates you, it can make you angry.
As if things weren't tight already. With the murdering of Ahmaud.
Yeah.
And it's we don't want to seem like we've forgotten about what's going on there. Because this thing, we was already. I think George Floyd was really just that was just the tip point. Like,
that was the tipping point.
It just overflowed after that, man. Like we was already, I feel like we was already at the brim with Ahmaud. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? It's weird because I don't even know what made that the tipping point, because there's been a bunch of people who died in very similar fashion.
I think it was the video, bro. Like the video of just watching him like slowly fade.
Yeah.
And then that police officer, like, just even after he stopped breathing and moving, the police officer still stayed on his neck.
Yeah.
He saw he had stopped moving. His body went limp. Yeah. You could tell he wasn't breathing no more. You could tell all that just by watching the video, and the police officer still didn't move.
Yeah, bro. It's oof.
I think it was just the brutality of it, and everybody seeing it. It just
triggered, man.
Yeah, it was triggering, man. Like, I mean, cause we seen we've heard that camp, with Eric Gardner, and there was we've seen police shoot somebody, and then like Philando Castile, that policeman shot him, and then his daughter and girlfriend had to watch him slowly die.
Yeah, man. Like it's.
But the disregard in that man's face, as he was killing this man, like it was like a complete disregard.
Like he wanted to kill him. Yeah. That wasn't a protect and serve moment. He wanted to end that man's life, and I'm like, it really makes you angry. And that's what we're talking about today, like how to deal with anger, how to because it's healthy to have anger in you.
We're only human.
Yeah, and it's not good to hold that anger in. That's why you really have to find outlets to get that anger out. Because if you do hold it in, you'll pop off at the wrong moment at someone that probably ain't even got to do with the problem. And we just have to find more healthier ways to deal with anger. So that's pretty much our topic today. Dealing with anger. How's your anger management techniques? And during this time, we need it. I know we were talking about stress and how not to stress, and there's a lot of similar things on how to like deal with anger. One thing that a lot of people say that helps is to meditate, because you can have that stuff running in your mind all day, and it's not healthy to focus on all of that. Because me personally, I had to take a mental break from Facebook and, you know, social media altogether, bro.
I think that's really important because, like, it's like we were saying, you know, social media has a lot of good qualities.
Mm-hmm.
But and honestly, this is no fault of social media. It's just the danger that comes with it being social media. Like, it provides a platform to everybody, even the person that seems to be the smallest. They have a platform through social media.
Yeah, man.
And that the problem with that is, like, whether they're you know, have a person of character, humility, or a person just burning with just malice and evil intentions. Either way, they get to use those characteristics that they have. They get to use them through that platform.
Yeah. And my whole thing is, if you're not promoting love, then what's the point? Like, and because some people, and you can't hate on other people how they're dealing with it. I know there's a lot of people who's not even posting about it, who's not even, you know, just acknowledging it, but that's their coping method. Sometimes you have to distance yourself from it because it's too much. And, you know, I always tell people to, you know, pray over the situation, because it's not going to get better without prayer. It's not going to get better without, you know, God intervening. And at the same time, you got to protect your own mind. But, you know, even in the Bible, people got angry. Shoot, Jesus was out here flipping tables. So, you know, what do you expect from us? So, you know, we're just talking about ways to deal with anger. So like I said, you can meditate, like channel that anger into something different, something positive. I know me and Matt, we do music. We can put it in our music. You can do it in writing. Like, find a way to channel that anger out, because you can't hold on to it, because sometimes anger can be so big that it becomes a part of your character, where you're overly aggressive, or, you know, where you can't deal with anyone. And, you know, there's been a lot of racism, you know, within the last week. Even like some people on your timeline that can spout out some foolishness, man. And, you know, even those moments, you have to pretty much just look at your character. And it's very hard to stay in your own character and not pop off at someone. And, like, I feel that, you know, we should always acknowledge that, you know, someone's doing wrong. But I think sometimes we do promote the person that's doing wrong more than anyone that's doing stuff right as well. But like I said, there's also a time and a place for all of it. And right now, I truly believe there should be a solution to what's going on, like actual solutions. Because, you know, we can march and protest all day, but until we affect, you know, people's pockets or something like that, bro, it's gonna stay the same. And like, man, it makes you angry when you can't really have a solution. And, you know, my thing is, that's why I try to stay in my lane as best as possible. But at the same time, I'm for everyone that, you know, that died. Like, it's tragic, man, because one, that could be me, could be anyone in my family, my friends. Man, it could have been even in our city, bro. Like, someone close to us. Like, it hurts that, you know, we're judged on that type of character. And, like, you know, just dealing with it, it's a full process, man. And, you know, I just really, it takes healing. Like, our country needs some serious healing, but, you know, it's gonna take time, bro. Like, but yeah, we'll get there eventually, hopefully, prayerfully.
Dealing with, see, you have so many types of racists, man. You have the more outright ones, you know, that'll drive past you and say, "Hey, nigger."
And you know what, bro? I appreciate them more.
Yeah.
I'd rather you come to my face and just be outright racist and own it than to be a closet racist and spouting off with some foolishness.
Yeah, that would probably be 70% of them right now, 75% of closet racists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, as a matter of fact, I wouldn't even call this person a closet racist. Let's talk about what we was doing yesterday.
Yeah, bro.
All right, so yesterday we went to play darts, and you know, it was pretty cool. You know, for the most part.
Yeah, the majority of the people there are very friendly.
Yeah, but so I'm just gonna let you tell what happened, bro. Go ahead.
All right, so we were playing darts, and I partnered up with this guy, and he was cool the whole time. And pretty much, we had a game against this other, white lady and a white man. Like, we were only the two black guys playing the whole game, so everybody else was white. But my partner was cool the whole time. Like, he was on point. He was friendly. Bumped every time we were throwing darts or whatever. But there was one guy, and he was drunk, and that is not an excuse. High. Yeah, he was drunk and high, and we're gonna get to the high part later, cause that's another part. But he was trying to be funny and overly amusing, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, cool. And then he just started like just leaning towards me, trying to tell me some stupid jokes that weren't even funny, and I'm like, bruh, just let me play darts. And like, the first thing he said, he leaned over, he was like, man, you know what? I see all this is going on, and I'm gonna tell you something. I don't see color. In my head, I'm like, are you dumb? How you not see color? If I'm gonna straight out say this, if you don't see color, you're part of the problem. Because if you don't see that other people, and like, for him to even say that, if you don't see color, why would you even tell me that? Like, so do you tell your white friends you don't see color? Like,
yeah,
like, bruh,
the white people only seem to say that to black folks.
Exactly. So I'm like, why you coming to me? One, I ain't give a dirt if you saw color or not. And
I didn't care if you was blind.
And then he just kept on talking, and I'm like, bruh, I did not ask you for any of this. He was like, yeah, man, we're human beings, me and you. I grew up poor just like you. I'm like, bruh, I wanted to take one of them darts, bruh, and go across his head. Like, for real. Like, yeah. Like, no, I ain't grow up poor. Like, my own parents did very well off. And I'm like, he just automatically characterized me as being poor. And I was like, bruh, that's why I put up that post the other day.
That was like, clearly, he trying to, because of this man's skin, he assumed things about him, stereotyped him.
I'm like, bruh, poor.
He probably if he had kept talking, he'd probably said something like, yeah, I grew up poor and food stamps just like you.
Yeah, and he went on and on. Like, another thing he said, he was like, yeah, man, if I probably went to your house, I'd probably eat some cornbread and collard greens. Well, guess what? We got mac and cheese and sausage in my house. We can have a good old dinner. I'm like, what the heck? Like, bruh. You just digging yourself in a hole. And then later on, the game's over or whatever, he come up to me and Matt. He's like, hey, you two smoke weed? Automatically assuming that we smoke weed, that, we've been poor. I'm like, bruh.
Now,
like,
had we confronted him about this?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, his excuse would have been, I ain't mean nothing by it. Oh, it's not what I meant. So let's talk about that for a second. What could he have possibly meant
exactly
by saying those things?
And it's weird. And he was not quiet by no means. I think even your partner was like, bro, chill.
My partner was named Hillbilly.
Yeah.
And he didn't say nothing like that to me.
Hillbilly was looking at this joker like he need to go. Like, every time he would say some stupid stuff, Hillbilly was just like, what? Did this? Like, I think in his head, he wanted to say, did this nigga really say this?
But now, at the same time, my partner asked me, did he ask you this too? My partner asked me, he's like, hey, you know anybody that, got some, he kept doing this. I'm like, huh? What? You got some blow? Doing this? No, got somewhere I can, I was like, no, man. Like,
man, he should have asked old buddy that tried to get us to smoke weed with him. Like if I did smoke, I wouldn't smoke with your racist tail.
No,
like, man.
No, they probably be like, hey, we bring everybody together.
Man, shoot.
No, yeah, he'll just be, boy, you imagine him high.
Oh, bruh.
Boy, he'll call you a nigga for you know
it.
Like, man, you a cool nigga. What? Done blew your high that fast.
Yeah, but that was just a lot. And we were planning to record yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that was
Sunday.
originally planned, but
but that just made me heated. Like we probably couldn't even talk about anger because we were both feeling angry.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, that just whole week was just draining, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
got the day I found out about George Floyd, man, I actually got pulled over by the police myself.
Mm-hmm.
Going down to Florida, I was going to pick up some music equipment, and it was daytime. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And he happened to pull us over, and he said it was because we didn't have our headlights on, but it wasn't raining at the time, so I had him on, and I had cut him off after it stopped raining.
Yeah.
So like I just happened to pass him, and then it was crazy, like looking behind me, there was like 10, 11 cars driving right past us as we was pulled over. They didn't have their headlights on. He doing the whole thing, looking in my car, trying to see, asking me the same question about 3 times, asking where we going and what our business is down there. I'm like, even though it wasn't none of his business.
Yeah.
But, like trying to look, it's like he was looking for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
But of course, me, I'm not, and this is something I noticed, especially with a lot of black people on video, when a cop comes up to them, they immediately catch an attitude.
Oh yeah, you can't be immediately confrontational.
I understand, but at the same time, we gotta understand. There's a difference between being wise and being fearful.
Yeah.
There's nothing wise about being confrontational with a cop.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's nothing fearful about wanting to avoid a confrontation with a cop. So just because I'm trying to avoid one doesn't mean I'm scared of him.
Exactly.
But like ain't nobody scared of the police, man. F the police. I was like, yeah, that's all good and dandy, but I mean, if you put a few in your chest, all the.
And you know what? We still rely on the police to protect the service, even though they
don't.
They treat us a different way. Like, we still rely on them. Like, say someone shot your brother, you would want the police to do their job. But if you all
we being real honest about that though, bro. Are we really would you really call the police with the intention? Like, I want them to, or are you doing it because if you handle it yourself, you go to jail?
The second one.
I just want to clarify, because I don't believe the police, for black people, for the most part, the police have never been around to protect and serve. Not really. Not in general. Now, there are a few individuals that, really are out there. They really came into the force to try and make a difference. You'll hear people say, well, there's only a few bad apples. No, that might be true when it comes to people who are not of color.
Yeah.
But when it comes to people of color, there are only a few good policemen.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is what it is.
And you know what? I saw a statement the other day that was like, it could be 1,000 good police officer, and then 10 bad ones. But if the 1,000 good ones don't report the 10 bad ones, then you got 1,010 bad officers. Like, a lot of them have that mentality. Pretty much, they have the no snitching rule within the police community.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sorry. I mean, it is what it is, man. We gotta stop. Like, people gotta stop trying to act like there's like only a few bad policemen. That is not true, man.
Yeah.
If you are of color, that is not true.
Yeah.
And here's another thing, black people. You gotta. Well, I think black people already understand this. Like, black people, actually, I guess black people really understood this for a long time. That police in general, like, it don't matter what color they are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think just because a black cop comes approaching you,
oh no,
that you're gonna be safe.
Nah, bruh, cause they'll do the same thing. Like,
now at the same time, I know a couple of police. I went to high school with them.
Mm-hmm.
They became sheriffs, and they good people. They still good people to this day.
Exactly.
So like I said, I always reiterate, there are good policemen, but if we was really to weigh it out, I believe there are more bad ones. I wholeheartedly believe it's just like politics. Like, there are more bad ones than there are good ones.
Yeah. Because
if it wasn't, I mean, let's just be real. If there was really more good police out there, like, all these killings of black people would not be happening.
No.
If that was true, not consistently, like,
man,
there's too many over the years. Matter of fact, it's almost, you have to do the research sometimes just to remember all of them.
Oh yeah, and there's so many that don't even get the publicity, bro. Like,
and the maliciousness of the killings,
like
all of them people putting their body weight on Eric Gardner, or that officer just blasting Philando Castile in front of his child like that.
Yeah.
Or them cops killing Breonna Taylor. Like, hold on, was that cops that killed Breonna Taylor, or was it?
She was. I think she was.
Yes, they came into her house. No, that was Breonna Taylor. That was she was an EMT. Remember, and they went into her house, like a raid or something.
Yeah. An
illegal raid or something like that. That was police.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's just crazy, man, and like, to see all that constantly and to deal with it, like, it hurts, to be honest, man. And like, for a while I didn't trust any officers. Every time I've gotten pulled over, I've already had the mentality, like, get my license out, get my registration, have all that already ready. That way, when it comes up and it's already in my hand. Like, it's sad that we have to be like, train our young men and women on how to act at a police stopping, but we do. We have to teach all these kids on how to get, how to act when you get pulled over. I believe that the opposite race doesn't have to do that as much. Like,
they don't.
They really don't. Like, man.
Now, I'm not saying. Now, what we're not saying is that, not to say that white people don't get harassed by police, because that's simply not true. Police harass people in general.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It, like, that's not a stereotype.
Yeah, but I don't think there's so many that fear for their life.
Nah,
the
you
way
don't.
That we do.
Nah, if like most of the time, like you can pull it up on YouTube. Shoot, I've even seen it in person, man. White people talk to police any type of way with no fear in their heart.
like they work for them.
Like,
specifically,
they say things like, "I'm gonna call your chief. I'm gonna call your captain.
What's your badge number?"
Yeah, that type of stuff.
And I always say it's also good to familiarize yourself with the laws as well, because you have to know what rights you have as well, because you can't act upon those rights. So it's best to not be ignorant by what they can and can't do. Because, like, I even saw a post that was like, the police doesn't have to know the law, but we do. And I'm like, man. So, just be careful out there. If you're going out protesting, please be careful. Please be careful.
Be mindful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you got fake protesters out here that are going around spraying black tagging restaurants and stuff with graffiti saying Black Lives Matter and all this type of stuff. Yeah. And you know what? Them people aren't even black that are doing it.
Yeah.
It's been caught on video multiple times.
Bruh, there's even some cases where there have been pallets of bricks set out in front of buildings, and there's no construction nowhere nearby, but they want people to loot so they can collect that insurance money. So don't buy into the narrative. Always do your research. I always say before I share something, I'll research it first. Cause one, I ain't gonna be out here looking stupid posting something,
right?
And I ain't look it up.
Yeah, you know what's really what really aggravates me about people, like when they're killed by policemen or white people, when they're killed, when black people are killed by white people or policemen, they always try and pull out a past.
Yeah.
They try and trash them any way they can.
Yeah, man. And I'm like,
it's disgusting.
First of all, you ain't know that at the moment. So
at the end of the day, it's just like with Ahmaud, they try to say, oh, well, he brought a gun to school. That was in high school. Did any of that, what about any of his past merited him dying?
Exactly.
Like what about his past makes it okay that he's dead? If something happens to me, I already know they're gonna pull out, oh well, he went to jail back in 2009 for shoplifting. They're gonna try and pull that out on me.
Yeah. And like I never understood going back into the past to give them a reason of why, because one, at that moment you didn't know nothing about that man.
Oh, I understand it perfectly. They do that because they're trying to draw attention off the fact that something evil has been done, and they're trying to okay it, trying to take our attention off of what they've done.
And one thing I'm really starting to just hate is how they can peacefully subdue a lot of these white shooters and even a lot of white people that do crimes. But for us, they gotta immediately go to violence. They gotta immediately go to killing or violent ways to subdue people.
Right, y'all can peacefully subdue mass shooters,
and then bring them out with the vest on, a bulletproof vest on. When they subdue them, handcuff them, take them to McDonald's. Like, you hungry too? Like, bruh, this is ridiculous. Like, man, it makes me angry, which is why we all gotta have methods of dealing with it. I encourage everyone to seek out a therapist. They have a lot of them online right now, because we need therapy with all this going on. Like, bruh, now is the time if you haven't already. But this country, it needs healing in all areas. And this whole week has made us forget about COVID-19. Like, I've rarely seen any reports about COVID-19 since this began. And we still gotta stay safe out there. I know a lot of places are opening up, but you still gotta stay safe from that as well. It's so much going on that can fuel you to be angry and want to do something about it. But you have to look at your options. When you can't do anything, you gotta turn to God, because He's the one that has the final say on all things, man. And that's what I've been working on.
I'd say go for a walk or a jog. I'd say that, but as we've recently learned, that might not be the safest option. In these streets.
Yeah, man.
And I'm sure you got some people who hear me say that, like, that only happened one time. No, it hasn't happened just one time. It just got blasted over social media this time.
Bro, I remember I went for a walk in my neighborhood, bro. It was like, a couple months ago. And the looks I got, I was like, oh, no.
And how long you been living there?
30 years. 30 some odd years. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's still around us. We can't ignore that it's happening.
And if you can ignore it, you are part of the problem.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, but man, we really have to stay prayed up for each other, even for the people who's doing wrong. It's very hard to pray for your enemy or someone who's, just done so much racism or anything like that. But we still have to pray for them. It hurts, but we have to. And that's one way you can heal, is to pray for them people. Because I do believe people can change, and some don't want to change, but it's all in their will, and it's up to God to change their heart. So that's why I always say pray for everybody, because we all need it. Even 45, pray for him, because right now he on some foolishness himself too.
Yeah.
But
not like that. That wasn't unforeseen though.
Oh no.
Yeah, we saw that coming.
Definitely.
Check your anger, man. It's not good. Having that anger, it can eat you up on the inside.
Oh yeah.
So definitely work out. Do in-home workouts. There's YouTube videos. Got thousands of in-home workouts you can do.
Yeah.
Take some, do some stretching, some good deep stretching helps. Make sure you taking in deep breaths. Inhale, stomach out. Exhale, stomach in.
Oh yeah.
It helps you calm down. Read your favorite book.
Yeah.
Write, journal. Journal those thoughts. Journal those thoughts. Make you a playlist, something that really helps calm you down.
Yeah.
Go walking. Don't be scared to go out walking, man. These people ain't gonna have nobody out here scared to go walking, man.
Yeah. Like we said, be cautious, not fearful.
But be mindful. Definitely be mindful. Be wise. Don't go in no neighborhoods that you aren't familiar with. Matter of fact, honestly, I would say go walking in more public areas, like public streets, instead of neighborhoods. To be honest, I think that would be better. I think it would be a better idea. Go walking in public streets.
Yeah.
Instead of neighborhoods.
Yeah, especially if you have like a track, a community track that multiple black people frequent. I would go there.
Yeah.
Because when there's more of us, they don't be with that foolishness. When we by ourselves,
that's when they get brave.
You just got stay safe out here.
Yeah, definitely pray. I mean, and in this time, it's hard to pray. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
It is.
It's hard to pray. It's hard to pick up the Bible. I'm like, I want to lay hands on somebody.
Yeah.
I want to give somebody these left and right anointings. Like these anointings.
Give them the
and be like, I can lay anointing hands on you if you want to.
I'm telling you.
We can all get anointings in here.
For real.
That's what you want to do. And sometimes you be this close. Just be honest about it. We just be this close. And sometimes we be like, Lord, forgive me, man. He about to get it right now. And we give it to him.
Man, it was so bad. Like, I was like, man, I ain't been in a fight for a long time. And I halfway want to get in one. Just to get this anger out.
Like, boy, you be wanting to lay hands, but I'm like, boy. And it be times like this that you see movies like The Purge.
Oh yeah.
You be like, boy, if that joke's ever to come to pass, boy, somebody gonna be in trouble out here, cuz.
I'm telling you.
Watch how nice people get. If the Purge ever became a thing, watch how nice people get, because they know that if they make enemies throughout the year, they got that 12-hour window where they can do anything for 12 hours.
And you got a year of training.
Plotting, and planning to do.
Because you can still go to the gun range. You can still go out and hunt. You can still, train martial arts or whatever you got to do. You can improve your aiming. So, yeah, if they enacted the Purge, bruh, like, that would be wild.
Watch how crime go down. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it would make sense, though, kind of. Because, people would be like, yeah, we just gonna wait till that Purge come and we gonna hit them up the long way. We ain't gotta worry about getting in trouble too. Like, that don't would be crazy. I got off topic though about the prayers, man.
You were on that foolishness. That's what it was.
That's what I was on. I was like, so yeah, y'all don't be on that foolishness, man. Speaking of which, though, y'all know what time it is.
Oh yeah,
it is Miss Me with the Foolishness. Bro, go ahead and talk to him about this one, bro.
So yeah, we gonna take it out the country for a little bit and talk about this topic of this Australian man. So pretty much, two men snuck into a bedroom with machetes because they were hired to carry out a stranger's sexual fantasy of being tied up in his underwear and stroked with a broom. But get this, they had the wrong house. So a guy on Facebook pretty much put out a hit on himself. Not even a hit. I guess it was like a role playing situation that he wanted to happen to himself. And he paid $5,000 for two men to come to his house, string them up, and tickle them with a broom. Like, bro, where they do that at? Australia, what y'all got going on? Where you want two grown men just come and just take over, and and it's crazy. The guy that it happened to, they acquitted him, so he wasn't really tripping on nothing. But at the same time, if someone came to do that, I'm charging the fullest of the law, cause that's crazy, man. Like, bro, have you even heard of something like that? Like role playing going that far? Now I know there's stories of like
dominatrix.
Yeah, of all that, but god dog. One, they breaking into your house and to tie you up, like, nah, bruh. Cause they may rob you for real after getting their $5,000. You don't know them people? Like, bruh, this is just ridiculous. Like, and like, what would possess you to want that?
Bruh, that's some old freak junk, bro. Like for real.
Like, what your mind on?
I was reading it, bro. I think the end part is the funniest part to me, man.
Yeah.
They kept asking this man if his name was Kevin. And he was like, no, man, my name is not Kevin. Like, you sure you're not Kevin?
Said tickle, tickle, tickle. Like, bro, I can see them just hitting this man with his broom. It's like, he just like, bro, what are you doing?
Wait, like, so but they never tied him up though.
You sure?
Yeah. According to this, they snuck into his room and they asked him if he was Kevin, and then dude like cuts the light on and sees them by his bed with the machetes, and he's like, they keep asking him if he's Kevin. He's like, no, I'm not Kevin. So it says they like realized their mistake. Yeah. And one of them's like, sorry, mate, and then like the other one shook his hand and they just left. Like,
man, shoot.
They say the machete was supposed to be for prop, and he wanted the
real effect. Like he was finna get cut up and tickled. Like who does that?
That's some old Hellraiser type junk.
Yeah, bruh. Like who makes that request? Yeah, I want you to tie me up.
He's been scarred. That's what that is.
Tie me up. I want you to get my broom that's been there for 10 years. And I want you to tickle my under region. Yeah, that's what I like. I like to be tickled with brooms. Yeah. Keep all that fecal matter on the bottom of the broom. Yeah. Like, bruh, like, what's your thought process? Like, what made him, and we don't even know if it's what side of the broom it is. So,
man.
So we don't even know what side.
We don't know if it's just the handle or if he wanted the actual, sweet broom. Like, it doesn't really say, man. Like, this is outrageous to me.
God dog, like, man, shoot.
He said he was gonna pay her $5,000 if it was really good.
$5,000.
He said if it was really good.
If it was really good. So if y'all want to make some extra money, there's people out here who want to be tickled with brooms. God, dog, like, that's gotta be. Well, no, that ain't worse than the foot fetish, bruh. Where old buddy out here breaking their house and sucking toes.
And pulling guns out on people,
Okay.
talking about you gonna let me suck your toes,
Man.
I
I
gotta
got
get them toes, boy.
So this is Australian man. So y'all on some didgeridoo type stuff.
Which is crazy though. Now it ain't, because like this dude paid for it though.
Yeah.
They just got the wrong house.
Like, man, shoot. I want to know the dude who openly admit that it was him. Like, I'm pretty sure he had to testify that, yeah, I wanted them to do that to me. For them to get acquitted. Like, bro, this is just ridiculous. But yeah,
It's like,
man.
I was told that Kevin was at this address.
I wonder if it was Kevin McAllister. Because all that mess there. God dog. Man, that's crazy though. Like, that's why you gotta be careful out in these streets, man. Cause you never know. There's been so much going on these past couple of weeks that we need that laugh. That's always like, that's one thing that has really, helped me through these couple of weeks. Is laughter. I know there's a lot of serious issues going on, but that has distracted me. Being able to laugh at different stuff. Whenever I'm in like one of them aggressive moods or something, I put on The Office, man. Mm-hmm. And you know what, bruh? There was you watch The Office?
Not really. No, I was more of a Scrubs.
Okay, yeah.
I like the Scrubs.
Yeah, but it was so funny. But there's a episode, I think it's like the second or third episode, where they have a diversity day. And that was the one episode that cheered me up. Because pretty much, Michael Scott, he's the leader of The Office. Mm-hmm. And he said, one of Chris Rock's jokes back in the day. Mm-hmm. I forgot the joke, but he was like, when a black man, I forgot how it go, but the way he said it made me die laughing. And everyone in the office like, bruh, that's offensive as I don't know what. But he's just like owning it, like, y'all don't get the joke. And so, they had someone to teach Diversity Day. And Michael, he was like, no, this ain't the way to do it. So he had everybody pick a card, and they had to put on their forehead. And pretty much the card had like a different race. And he had people trying to guess what race they are by saying stuff to them. Oh, like, bruh. Mm-hmm. And on his forehead, it said Martin Luther King. I was like, bruh, he with that foolishness for real. Bruh, if you don't watch nothing else, watch that one episode.
You have to send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Did y'all see?
It's on Netflix, though.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. And
did y'all see, I forget dude's name already, man. We was just talking about him. He said white man ended slavery. Did y'all see that?
Oh yeah, man. That was, yeah, this man pretty much said that,
Hold on, can we find that post real quick?
Oh, I got it. We're here already. Oh, well, never mind. But yeah, I could find it real quick. He was on that foolishness.
So basically, he was saying white men ended slavery.
Mm-hmm.
White men are, they say white privilege. He says white privilege is race. Go ahead and read the whole thing for him.
White men, we ended slavery. We gave women the vote to right. We fought the Nazis in World War II. We are being discriminated. White privilege is a racist myth, and male privilege is sexist myth. The far left attacks us daily. The media attacks us daily. Why?
So let's start on the first one.
We ended slavery.
White people created slavery in America. In America, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, there's been slavery all over the world. But in America, white people started slavery.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and get that out the way. What's the next one?
We gave women the right to vote.
Y'all took away women's rights to vote too. When y'all brought them over here, y'all was y'all dogged y'all women out.
Mm-hmm.
You still do.
We fought the Nazis in World War II.
Kevin Hart, not Kevin Hart, Kevin on stage said this. Y'all were the Nazis. What did you think?
There weren't no black Nazis.
There were no black Nazis. There was no other color. White, blue eye. What they call them? Blue eyed devils.
Mm-hmm.
Blonde hair. Aryan.
I don't even know.
Austrian.
Then he said we are being discriminated. Oh,
you don't know Susan. The meaning of the word.
Poor Susan and
Peter,
Karen.
Chad. What do they call them?
Like
Tyler.
Man. And what get me is this joker's from Sweden, so he's nowhere near none of the stuff that's going on right now.
What a goofball.
He's a Swedish journalist, and like, bruh, why are you even talking?
He's a goofball trying to troll.
Yeah, pretty much trying to get people to give him some clout.
People should stop sharing these things.
Yeah,
like stop hitting that share button, because then you should just screenshot it, because like hitting that share button, it's but it runs up their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of hitting the share button, just screenshot it.
Yeah, man.
So they get no credit on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because this type of ignorant, this here, yeah, it was funny to look at. So I mean, I'm glad I saw it, but I mean, it's stuff, that type of stuff. Don't retweet that stuff.
And you know what, bruh? I've seen like a huge resurgence of like, I don't know what it is about these white kids on TikTok, and then like just doing racist stuff. Like one was how to make niggers and all this type of stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember that. She got in a lot of trouble for that too.
And you know what? After the fact, they'll be all apologetic and like, my life has been ruined. I've been getting threats, and I'm like, what you thought they was gonna do? Promote peace? You thought you gonna get some nigga friends after this? Like, what you thought was gonna happen? Like, no one has that mindset of what's the consequence of me doing this.
Yeah, I'm like, what time do y'all think y'all live in? Like, yeah, like when they do stuff like that, what time do they think they live in?
Yeah,
like this isn't the bend over backwards generation.
Yeah, this ain't the say what you want generation.
This is the coming for your life generation.
Mm-hmm. This is the cancel culture generation. Like
y'all. Is that all he said? Didn't he say something else on there?
I mean, his whole Twitter feed is on that foolishness, bruh. To be honest. And I was like, because he had some other stuff.
So he said white privilege was a myth.
Yeah.
Well, did he say it was racist and a myth?
He said white privilege is a racist myth.
A racist myth.
And then male privilege is a sexist myth.
Wow.
And I'm like, bro, where are you from?
It might be a
myth. Wait. Oh, literally. A couple of minutes later, he posts, do you know what irritates me? Entitled people today whine about so many unimportant things. 75 years ago, our ancestors ran to machine gun fire to stop the Nazis. They had it tough. Life today is nowhere near as hard as they had it. Just putting some perspective out here. Bruh. I've heard
ancestors. Like, are they really that old to be referred to as ancestors though? I mean, that was his granddaddy.
Yeah, and I've heard the Jewish black debate. Like, it's always been a competition of who had it worse, and I'm sick of it, bruh. Like, like both sides had it bad. Like, why are we spending time arguing on who had it worse? We should spend time coming together to come against all injustice, whether it's these new neo-Nazis or whether it's these, cops killing people. They still got the same agenda, because there are cops who hate, Jewish people and black people. Yeah. But we spend so much time on differences that we don't see those things. But yeah, man, you just gotta be careful with what you share Like I said, do your research, especially on, foolishness, cause, it's out here.
Definitely. And speaking of sharing, like, you should probably I challenge everybody to take a few days off of social media.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much it affects your mood.
Yeah. We all need that time off of it, cause you can go off the deep end, like, if you spend too much time on it. But yeah.
So y'all hit us up though, man. Tell us what y'all think about what's going on right now.
Yeah. And we'll
tell us how y'all decompress and how y'all deal with y'all anger.
Yeah, cause it's important, man. We in this together. We all got family that are of color or know someone that is of color, man, and we all gotta think about them. What they're going through, how they're feeling. Check on your people. Now's a good time to really check on people and see how they're doing. But yeah, man, we really gotta do better in how we handle anger. And I'm not saying that we all need to do it a certain way, because we all cope in different ways. So do it your way, but do it in a healthy way, because there are times where your anger can be misplaced in the wrong things. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. 27 episodes, like, we still being consistent.
Yeah.
No matter
all
what's
this stuff that's going on, we still gonna keep putting it out, man.
Man, if the apocalypse happen, we still gonna do this podcast somehow.
True enough.
But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all for watching. If you want to follow Parking Lot Parables, they're on all social media. We're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, on Facebook if you want to do video. We also on Apple Podcasts as well. So follow our page, Parking Lot Parables, no spaces, on all social media platforms.
So you can follow me, Matthew Priest, on Facebook, Matt P2 Real on Instagram, and Unprecedented MP on Snapchat and Twitter.
Oh yeah, you can follow me at The Chase Harden on all social media platforms.
Once again, y'all stay cool out there, stay wise, and be mindful.
Yes, sir.
This is Parking Lot Parables, and it's your boy Matt P.
Your boy Jeremy Chase.
One time.
Yes, sir.